What's up? Welcome back to 3 p.m. I have no idea what I'm going to name this. I thought of 1,000 quirky little titles. Like, I Can't Help You, and that's okay. Um, Whatever. 1,000 other ones. And that's because I've been listening to a lot of uh, Nietzsche and Jung and just different philosophers on different stuff. Different, you know, different way of thinking, I guess, on a spiritual journey, and a journey of knowledge and wisdom has really flipped my world upside down and made me not even want to try to teach anymore. Because how could I teach when I myself uh, don't have all the answers? And that's been made very clear from just listening to stuff. A little bit of research will tell you that people are people have a lot of stuff misunderstood. Uh, and I myself have people misunderstood. I have made videos not necessarily supporting people like Jordan Peterson, which I still don't have nothing against them, while at the same time making videos against somebody like Ben Shapiro just because I don't like the way the guy looks. And knowing that that Jordan works for the Daily Wire, um, just to maybe get a rise out of people, because one, I mean, I do like Jordan Peterson and a lot of what he has to say, just like I like somebody like Andrew Tate, and a lot of what he has to say, but overall, what I've been learning has me questioning uh, what what am I gonna put up with just because a person can talk good, or um, like in the case of Andrew Tate. Uh, I've said in the past I have nothing against him, which is more likely true. But I don't like the way he talks about girls and he acts, and um, but I understand everything he has to say about being the provider, and if a girl wants to like be submissive to him, subdue to him, or whatever the word is, they're two consenting adults. As long as it's not, there's no easy way to put it, but yeah, it's people. I've said before I don't have any idols. I like to take the good parts from people online like Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson and apply it to my life so I could be the best person I could be in my life. And other than that, it doesn't really affect me too much what people say about him. But it does affect culture. And do we really want to be promoting that kind of culture when it comes to somebody like Andrew Tate? You know, um, but he definitely, like, you can't. He could be defended on some stuff. I will say that, and that's all I'll say about it. But besides one last thing, because I believe people like him do have the power to change politics and culture to some extent, and not for long, because there'll be new people to take his place or to take other people's place unless you have like you know um, staying power, whatever it's called. But some Logan Paul says it's a sprint, not a marathon, and now he's getting a show on Max called Paul America. Kind of like his family is going to be the next Kardashians, and we all know how successful they are. So love them or hate them, seems somebody like Logan, or it seems the Paul brothers are going to be sticking around for a little while longer, and than some other people. But I'm here for it because they're kind of entertaining, and oh well, that's a culture, and that's the society as we know it, uh, which kind of leads me into you know learning about politics, and because I was called a liberal for saying Vince Shapiro had a punchable face. I don't like. There's something about the guy that I just don't like. Whatever. It's like, but at the same time, it's like I don't really care enough. Um, you know, I don't, I do not want to be saying these things just to get clicks, just to get clicks. Or, but right now, this is our society. These people are in control of. I mean, they're called influencers for a reason. So they're in control of what kids are thinking, and I guess we got to think twice. Do we really, believe these people? Are these people really good? Um, is it all some kind of game? I mean, does it anything, any of this, matters? Probably not. But to some extent, they control culture or whatever, and politics for the moment. We all seen what happened with Donald Trump, and so everybody's moved more towards the conservative side, I guess that would you would say, and the right side, and uh, from my understanding, liberal used to mean something, or it still does, but it used to be something good. But I guess from my understanding, the elites, got too high and got lost touch with what the people wanted. They were supposed to represent the people and what's better for people overall, not just businesses. And uh, they became elites and started trying to tell people what's good for them. I guess I'm still learning, but and yeah, the conservatives want a more of like a traditional, you know, religious, long-standing traditions, values. More of that kind of, you know, more of the same, more of the not democracy, but more of the same people running the show, I guess. The capitalists, the capitalisms. They believe in like not everybody should have an equal opportunity because not everybody's equal. They believe in like your worth, your work, and how much work you put in, and not only that, they also believe like not everybody deserves certain. I mean, from if you look it up, it's like they believe that not everybody's gonna be no matter how hard you work or whatever. Not everybody's like supposed to be in the same class, and uh, there's gonna be different classes. And I believe liberalism or whatever was supposed to be like everybody being equal, but then the elites became freaking uh, out of touch and rich and corrupt. It's like everybody's trying to tell you what to do because of their own interest, you know, as far as like the liberals and the conservatives, which most Democrats, I guess, are more liberal now. It's all freaking confusing. It's all to keep us divided. And, um, it's like, why can't I would say let's just go around taking every good thing out of everything and try to make the best. But I'm sure people have tried to do that for thousands of years, and there are people that try to do that, and talked about class systems, and I don't know enough. That's something I've learned. That's why earth, my world has been rocked over the this past week because I've realized I don't know enough. I don't know enough, and if I don't know enough, how could I explain it to you and or anybody else? And even if I could explain it to somebody and somebody else, will you get it? Or do you have to figure it out in your own time? And is there anything to figure out? Because is the system set up to keep you in boxes and to keep you, you know, in in a work working class people that have no chance in like escaping are put into a class and are controlled by elites. I mean, and at the end of the day, we have a sway in the vote. We have a sway in the vote, and whether they get us to go more conservative or more liberal or whatever, it's like I don't even think people look up this stuff. I mean, there's so much to each thing, good and bad, each party. It's just the world is, you know, kind of corrupt and kind of set up and kind of free and kind of crazy and kind of beautiful and lots of things, I guess. Lots of things. And I think in my opinion, this is all my opinion, but I think that they you talk about they people talk about the globalists, the globalists. They want us all separate, or they want us all together so they could control us. It's like, um, wouldn't that be harder to control us? Isn't the old saying divide and conquer? I mean, what do I know? But wouldn't it be harder to control people if we were all together? So why would they want that? And wouldn't it be smart to be like to create this whole conspiracy that there's globalists trying to take you take your traditions. They're trying to take your tradition, conservatives. Oh, liberals, they're trying to tell you should want to go to bed and early or whatever, whatever the traditions are. And the liberals are like, your traditions are out of date, man. They're out of date. I want to be able to stay up past 10. I don't want to have to get married to whatever. It's just, I don't know. Even when it comes to religion, all I know is I know nothing, really. And all I could do is keep learning. And, I believe what we see in the world is a lot of complexes, a lot of distractions, control mechanisms that keep you fighting for something that may or may not be good for you. um, may or may not be in your best interest. Because if you go look up liberal, sounds good. You go look up, some, not everything, but a lot of it sounds good. Uh, but stuff gets corrupted. That's life. I believe the best thing you could do is try to be the best person you could be. Because I believe somewhere along the line, somebody convinced people that you shouldn't be the best you could be. Why not just do what's like easy and pleasure, um, take part in the pleasures of life and vices and just have a good time, because none of this matters. And they convince people through stuff like, oh, well, they're trying to control your life, or at the same time, though, I feel like people have been convinced to not do that stuff and not have a good time, and not enjoy their life, and it feels you'll feel better if you're disciplined, and that's what people are rejecting, you know. Um, which brings me to freaking Oliver Anthony, you know. I say too much, but I keep seeing the same meme of people hating on him about the dang freaking fudge rounds. It's like, how dare you try to take my fudge rounds away? That's what people keep saying, That's the main thing they're mad at him about. Like, they're calling him a plant. I don't know if it's just because, like, he's kind of teamed up with Jordan Peterson and all that stuff. And, I said in my videos, he seems like a good guy. He seems like a force for good. It's like, but people, people have been talking crap about him over fudge rounds. It's like you shouldn't really eat those things anyways. But nobody wants to be told that they can't have fudge rounds. But he wasn't saying that. He was saying that the taxes shouldn't pay for fudge rounds. Like if you're overweight, like our taxes, or the food stamps, our taxes that go to the food stamps shouldn't. Like, you should probably be trying to eat some healthy stuff. But people are like, don't tell me how to live. Don't tell me I can't eat my fudge rounds when I'm depressed and this is all I have to make me happy. It's like, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, there is a little bit of truth. And if you have a healthier body, you'll have a healthier mind. You'll have a more positive mind, and maybe you have more of a chance to get out. But people are like, no. Like, that's just you trying to convince me to be a slave and a pog in the system. I refuse to be a pog in the system, so I'm gonna eat these fudge rounds. I don't get it. I don't get it. But what do I know? That's my point. People are probably thinking, if I even put this out, which I will, because I don't care really, and yeah, people probably will think I'm crazy. It's like, I'm not crazy. I'm just kind of uneducated, and I recognize that. But it's like I was telling my girl, um, I don't care about like rap with you know fancy vocabulary words in it, and you're just expressing how many words but there's no feel to it, there's no culture to it. I don't care about that stuff. Give me something with made up words that has more feel to it, and I'll bump that any day, because that's where rap started. That's where it started. Like, it didn't, and yeah, they were trying to probably rap themselves out of their situations, but there was soul to it, there was feel to it, you know, and that's the music I like. And yeah, it's like when people try to just sound too smart, it takes away from it. I don't really care about that. I care more about how it feels and the vibe, I guess. Anyways, so it's like I don't really care about. I mean, I do care, but only because I think it is important to keep learning. You shouldn't stop learning. You shouldn't, and it's hard. It's hard, and I think it's a part of. I think it's I'm trying to sound profound here, right? But I think it's a part of freaking raging against the dying of the light. That's an Interstellar where it goes rage, 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 or against the dying of the light. And for me, that means it took me a while to understand what it meant, but for me, it means um, rage, that light you have inside that keeps you young, keeps you, gives you the imagination, whatever, um, faith in the world, belief, rage against the dying of that light. Don't let your optimism go out. Don't let your faith run out. Don't let your energy run out. Rage against it. And I think the more you know, the more you could rage against it, because your mind's not playing tricks on you. If you spend time in your mind and you know yourself, it's part of knowing yourself. It's like, how can you know yourself if you're just like everybody else and following the trends, bruh? You know, nobody says bra anymore. But anyways, you know what I mean. It's changing every day, and the boomers make fun of the Gen Z, and the Gen Z make fun of the boomers, and everybody makes fun of everybody. That's like an irony of life, where the young people don't want to listen to the old people, but I would say the old people don't want to listen to the young people either. And we need both. We need both. We need everybody listening to everybody. We need everybody together if we're ever really going to change the world and get ourselves out of these little systems and hive minds. And until then, history will just keep repeating itself. And I'm curious where it will take us, because I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. You know, they're just living day by day, seeing what's gonna happen next. And I mean, not everybody, but I think most people are. And few people have some plans, I'm sure. But also, a lot of people, I think, a lot of rich people are just getting back to doing natural stuff, you know, and realizing what's important. I mean, they could act like AI and the computers are the future of the world, but they know that the world itself is important, and being in touch with the world and having clean food and a clean environment and clean water and all that is important, and safety. And I think that's why you see millionaires getting healthier, like Mr. Beast, Mark Zuckerberg, all of them, because they know, you know, that those guys aren't eating no genetically modified bullshit. Forgive my language, but they are not. And that's okay, because that's life. That's the world we created. That's the world people created, and people hype these people up, and everybody wants to be like one or the other. You know, not everybody wants to be Mr. Beast, but there's somebody who does, just like whoever it is, And I think there's archetypes, stereotypes, whatever you call them, that in these certain people that people relate to. If you're athletic, you might, and you're young, you might relate to somebody like Speed. If you're a little older, you might relate to somebody like Logan Paul, or Andrew Tate, or freaking Bradley Martin, whatever. Keep on going. If you're, yeah, you guys get the point. But, and I think, I don't know what I think, to be honest. I just think that perpetuates the, my, my son's school's calling. Anyways, I think that's key to end it. I think it just perpetuates the more of the same. More of the same. You know? And everybody thinks they're so cool, and because they're in the limelight for now, you know. So if you're in the limelight, why not take your chance? Are you gonna just be blase about it, or are you gonna try to suck it up as long as you can? I mean, it's only natural, I think. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't blame them. I blame the system. When my kid wants to watch YouTube all the time, or play Fortnite and watch a Fortnite YouTuber, I don't blame the Fortnite YouTuber. I don't necessarily blame Fortnite. I blame society and the system and what people's values are. And I thought like I had a good understanding on that, and I thought I had a a good feel for it. But over the past week, I've realized that probably not. People are a lot different than what I thought. And the people that I thought, or I was desperate to look up to, for anything, like Jordan Peterson says sometimes, might have helped me out of a hard time, because I definitely learned some good values from listening to Andrew Tate. It might have helped me out of a hard time, but I don't look up to anybody. I don't want any idols. I just I just want to stay open-minded and never get fooled of myself, no matter what. And it's a slippery slope, you know. So I think my fear, a lot of things hold me back from doing what I want to do, including not knowing exactly what I want to do. But I'm starting to figure it out more and more, because life just works out that way. And if if I had to just do my job and spend time with my family from now on, I'd be perfectly fine with that. But I know I could do more. I know everybody could do more, and I refuse to believe that you know you're trapped in your social status. And I believe there's certain people, like conservatives, on the conservative side, that wants to keep people in their social status and convince them that that's okay and that's right. But there's stuff like that on both sides. You could say the same for both sides. So what do I know? Again, but I myself just refuse to believe it. And at the same time, does it even really matter? Not really. Not really. We're all just a splash, a little drop in a big ocean. And who really cares if one light goes out, right? Nah, I do. And I wasn't trying to be cheesy, but for real, that's why the guy made the song. And I don't know. I don't know. I had no idea where I wanted to go with this podcast. I just started recording. And I think that's it for today. I'm going to keep on living my life, allowing myself to take a little bit of rest because I've been beating myself up. Um, just beating myself up over not doing enough. And I've came to the realization that I gotta let myself rest for a second and be okay with it. I feel so much better when I just forget about and people are gonna be like, well, nobody told you to be here. It's like I want to be here and I want to record this because it's a journey, spiritual, whatever, mental. It's my life. It's what I'm learning along the way. So I want to document it for other people to learn from it if they can. But also so my family has it. Hopefully it stays on YouTube forever. And yeah, to hold myself accountable to always trying to be better than always trying to be the best person I could be for myself and my family. And like I was gonna say, I feel the best when I get off this and I spend time in my life with my family, enjoying the moment. It's not easy to enjoy the moment when you're always on a screen, always stimulated, you know. But if you take that away and you could get back to it and you feel better, and then that's when the ideas come through. That's when the real thoughts come through, and you're not just trying to create a video or say something because it's important at the time, or it's in the news at the time, it's trending at the time. You actually have something to say. I mean, I would like to think I said something here today. The problem is people will just have to listen to it because it takes me a while to get into what I want to say, or saying anything, I guess, while at the same time not saying much of all or anything, because it's like everybody thinks they know everything, and I know that I don't know everything, but yeah, I'm gonna end it for the second time, third time, but yeah, I'm gonna go allow myself to rest, and I hope you if you can get one thing out of this video, just know that it's okay to stop and relax. And even if you have something that needs to be done and you're overwhelmed, just give yourself, if you've been doing it, if you've been busting your butt, if you've been working, give yourself a chance to just relax, because your body needs time to relax. It needs time to heal. And you might think, if I stop, I'll never do it. But just get back up. When life knocks you down, get back up. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now. As always, stay safe and take care of yourself.